Hi guys, it's Lewis here from the God Squad. I know we haven't really done any Football Manager content before, so this will kind of be like what's going on here? Why is he jumping on this? I'm a huge Football Manager fan. I play Football Manager all the time. Dean, Jack, Sean, also Football Manager fans. Brent picked it up this year. I don't know if he'll be picking it up for 21 yet. That'll be something we'll have to discuss in the next few days. But obviously, 2 days ago now, from when this is uploaded, they announced the first lot of features for the new game. So I'm just going to quickly go through this, give my reaction to what's been added. And yeah, we'll just have a discussion about the new Football Manager. And then stick around to the end of the video because I've got some really exciting stuff to sort of start announcing almost. So yeah, here we go. We'll just up here, obviously November 24th for the release date. Very, very excited. Obviously it's a little bit later than normal, but yeah, excited nonetheless. I think it'll be great. Here we go. Interaction. So this is a huge thing that they seem to be pushing with the interaction. It says here significant overhaul of the interaction system, and from what I've seen, that seems to be true. Will it be more engaging? Will it be more impactful? Maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I'm not overly confident that this is going to be more than a novelty thing that we appreciate for the first 6 months of gameplay, and then we're bored of it again like we are with the current system. But I'm happy that they're at least trying to fix it. I do appreciate that they're trying to fix it and they've come up with some good ideas, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe this is going to be a lot more impactful than I thought. But let's just quickly have a quick run through the specific details, and then we can sort of look back. So gestures seems like quite a big thing they're pushing. It seems to have been added into everything. Here it gives you a couple of examples of different gestures. I'm hoping there's a wide variety of gestures. I'm hoping there's not just like 4 or 5. Like in different situations, like how there is just now with the calm, assertive, passionate, aggressive. Like, who gives a shit? I feel like no matter what I do with that stuff, it doesn't matter. So hopefully these gestures matter. Hopefully they do something in the big scale. And hopefully there's more of them than what they've announced so far. Or else I can see it just becoming tedious. But again, a great idea. I like the idea. Quick chat. So quick chats, from what I understand, it's essentially, they say it here, essentially Football Manager's version of WhatsApp. Sorry about that, guys, I got interrupted slightly. So I was just in the middle of talking about quick chats. Yeah, so essentially from what I can gather, it's just sort of more of what we already have. It's very similar to what we already have, and we can do it with more people. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought at the end there. So, yeah, hopefully this is something that's again useful. Press conferences. Now, this is something that players have been trying to suggest should be overhauled for years, and by looks of things, they have tried to do that. Now, again, we've run into the same problem that I've had before, where is it just going to become the same tedious thing from before? Or is this actually going to make press conferences worth doing? They've added loads of stuff in here. You're more than welcome to pause the screen and have a look through. I'm not going to read through everything. I don't want to don't want to make the video too long and me just rambling on about random stuff, but all the stuff they've added is here. The one thing I did want to highlight here is the being joined by a member of the team, like a captain or a team leader or something like that. So I quite like that. I think it's more realistic. I think it's more immersive. So yeah, hopefully, as I say, hopefully these changes are implemented and they're really good. So, face-to-face conversations. I don't know what to make about this. It's just extensive improvements, which is a hell of a statement. It can now include more than one person with multiple attendees now present in many interactions. And they may bring their agent. I might have my assistant or my director of football. Okay, fine. Like, that's great. But again, I don't know. I'm very, with all this interaction stuff, I'm very skeptical. I think if it's done well and it's, you know, engaging enough, then great. I think it would be brilliant additions. I'm just a bit skeptical on whether that will be the case or not, but I really hope I'm wrong, and I really hope that is the case. So, moving on to the next big thing that they've kind of announced, like the overarching. So first we had like interactions and stuff, and now we've got the match day experience. It says here a more realistic and immersive experience. Great. Fine. Pre-match build-up. Again, everything's here in depth of what's been added, but you can see a quick screenshot down here of this sort of thing. I like the addition of like this team sheet in the middle here. I think it looks really nice. I also think it's quite useful, as well as the social media stuff here. And you know, staff reactions to the team news and stuff. From what I've seen from that, it's just like little pop-ups like, oh, they've switched to the two up top. Would you like to change anything? You know, it's not much, but it's nice little additions. Team talks. So this is another big thing that I think they've been needing to overhaul for a couple of years now. Team talks. So hopefully, again, the gestures are a big part of this. This was sort of where I thought the gesture system was probably going to be the most useful. Hopefully it's just more immersive and more fun than the current system that they have in place for team talks is, because the current system's a bit boring. Like there's very little to it. So hopefully the features here. This is probably where I'm the most positive about this new features thing. I think if it works, and it really forces people to try and, you know, do team talks based on what's happening and be able to, you know, really interact with their team that way, I think that'll be great. As I say, if it's implemented right, but I have a lot of faith that this team talks part of it will be. And as with the other interactions, I'm not quite so sure, but we'll see. In-match presentations. So as you can see, they've redesigned the match UI. I'm not entirely sure that it needed a redesign, but at the same time, I like that they're keeping it fresh. But of course, this new UI will take a little bit to get used to. It's with everything. So yeah, you've got your starting 11 out at the bottom. Some stuff that used to be along the top, that's here now. Yeah, so I think it's easier to manage them on pitch now, apparently. So fine, it means I don't have to go into the tactics screen. I like that. Yeah, VAR, fine. They've made the UI sleeker, more modern, more broadcasty. I like it. Of course, it says here work in progress, so they still might change things, but yeah, no, I like it. I think the UI's been pretty much the same for a couple of years now, so it was probably, you know, it was probably expected that they were going to do something to the match day UI, and I'm glad they've done something. It at least shows that they're trying to make positive steps for the game. Animation and graphic improvements. So obviously the graphics. Football Manager is not a game that's known for its graphics, and it's not a particular part of Football Manager I care about in any way. as long as it doesn't look ridiculous, I'm happy. So the animations, I think, is probably more important to me than the actual graphics. So again, they get better every year. They're still a bit funky at times, but I think that's part of the charm of Football Manager, is that the animations and stuff are just a bit, a bit janky and a bit fucked up sometimes. But I think it's great. But yeah, as I say, it gets better every year. So hopefully this year, they just keep improving on it. The thing is, though, you don't want. I'm quite opinionated with the graphics on Football Managers, because a lot of people who don't play the game look at the graphics and think that's awful. Why doesn't it look like FIFA? Is probably the best example. But I like this. It makes the game very, very accessible to people who maybe don't own £1,000 PC. They just have a laptop that they use for work or college or university or whatever. I like that the graphics are on the lower end, so it doesn't matter. They can still pick up Football Manager and enjoy it. But I guess, in fact, that's a thing. Football Manager is coming to Xbox this year as well, so the new Xboxes, I believe. So yeah, that's exciting. Bringing Football Managers to a new market of players who can hopefully have as much fun with the game as I've had over the years. XG and post-match reaction. Okay, this article that I've got here for the visual, it says here, perhaps one of the biggest talking points from the Football Manager 2021 trailer was the addition of expected goals. Does anybody give a shit? Do you care about expected goals? Like, not even just in Football Manager, in real life, do you pay any attention to expected goals? I know I don't. I don't give a shit. I could not care. There's so many other stats that are so much better that help you piece together how well your team played that have nothing to do with this expected goals. So, I don't care. I don't care about expected goals. But yeah, the post match reaction is apparently being overhauled as well. So that kind of brings it full circle with the match day stuff, and then the end of season experience. Finally, they have overhauled the trophy ceremony. Do you know how anticlimactic it is to bring your team through against all the odds to win their first piece of silverware in 20 years? It's just a little stage on a pitch, and half the pitch gets covered in confetti, and they bounce about for a minute, and then that's it. So anticlimactic after all the ups and downs of the cup. But finally, they seem to have overhauled it. Hopefully, it's a big overhaul, and it's not just the same thing with a couple of extra assets. So hopefully, it actually looks better. But great. I'm happy that they've done that. And they also mention that, there's some more stuff at the end of the season to give you a better overview of the season. Always welcome in my book. But yeah, as far as the first batch of features they've announced, that seems to be everything. They have said that they'll be announcing more features in the coming weeks. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how much of that I believe. I'm sure they've got loads lined up for us, and I'm very, very excited to see what else they've got. But anyway, Football Manager 2021. This is the first video about Football Manager 2021. It will not be the last. We are very, very excited for Football Manager 2021. And it is something that we are planning on making quite a big thing on the channel, and really getting through some FM 2021 content. Hopefully we will have some kind of announcement in the next few weeks about our plans for FN21. But I'm really excited. The guys are really excited, and it's going to be really good. So, subscribe if you like Football Manager 2021. You might have noticed that sort of for the last couple of weeks we've been trying our hardest to get out daily videos. It's not easy. We all work full-time jobs, and trying to get full-time, to get times where we can get together and record and stuff. It's difficult. So everybody that subscribes, it's greatly appreciated. We really do appreciate the support. As for this video, if you have any opinions on what's been announced so far, then chuck them down in the comments below. We can have a conversation about these features. But as for today, that's me. Thank you very much for watching. As I say, subscribe if you want to see more of us, more Football Manager content coming up. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.